Do you ferment cucumbers into pickles and find they turn out too soft or even mushy? I've got 3 tips to help firm up your fermented pickles. These 3 tips I'm about to share with you are for fermented pickles and not necessarily vinegar pickles, since they are not the same thing. Allow me to provide a quick refresher so that the upcoming tips make complete sense. Then in a few seconds, we'll get right into it. No vinegar is used in lactofermentation. Rather, beneficial bacteria, aka probiotics, are naturally present on the skin of cucumbers and are responsible for the fermentation process to commence. The good bacteria feed on the natural sugar of the cucumber and release lactic acid as their byproduct. The lactic acid is what's responsible for the sour taste of the pickle and not vinegar. It's this fermentation process by good bacteria that transforms a regular cucumber into a pickle over a matter of days. Vinegar, however, kills the beneficial bacteria responsible for lactofermentation, so if you're making pickles with vinegar, it's not a fermented pickle. With that friendly reminder in place, let's get to my 3 tips for firmer fermented pickles. Tip number 1, the cut of the cucumber. Whole cucumbers will ferment firmer than sliced or speared. Since cucumbers have a higher natural sugar content compared to, let's say, cabbage used for sauerkraut making, when they're cut open into either slices or spears, more of the cucumber flesh is exposed to the good bacteria. With the inner flesh exposed, this allows easier access to the probiotics to consume those natural sugars and in turn break down the fibers of the cucumber at a faster rate, hence increasing pickle softness. By keeping the cucumber whole, the breakdown speed of the good bacteria will be at a slower rate, which will help retain firmness. This is where using cucumbers at the baby size, often called gherkins, or using official pickling cucumbers is best because the cucumber can remain whole and not be too big to fit into the fermenting vessel. Additionally, baby cucumbers / gherkins and official pickling cucumbers tend to hold their firmness better than other varieties of cucumbers. Tip number 2, fermentation time and temperature. Fermentation length of time and environmental temperature go hand in hand. The probiotics are very sensitive to environmental temperatures. The warmer the temperature of the environment, the more active the microbes become. This means that they will feed on the natural sugars of the cucumbers, breaking down their flesh faster. Whereas the cooler temperatures of the environment, the less active the microbes are. They'll feed on the natural sugars of the cucumber and break down their fibers at a slower rate. In my fermented pickles video recipe, I call for the cucumbers to ferment on the counter for 8 days, and I live in a temperate climate. The environmental temperature in my home is about 78 degrees in the summer. So 7 to 8 days at this environmental temperature created a nice, firm, whole fermented pickle. But if your environmental temperature is warmer than 80 degrees, you can still, of course, ferment. But since the rate of fermentation is increased proportionately to how warm the environment is above 80, you'll need to counterbalance by shortening the fermentation period. For example, if it's 92 degrees, 4 or 5 days will probably be a better fermentation period than 8 days. Or if it's 85 degrees, 6 days instead of 8 may be better. Simply taste test the pickle starting on day 4 and each day after until it reaches that perfect texture and flavor that you prefer. After all, it's all about what tastes good to you, because if you don't like it, you won't eat it. Pretty simple. So follow your palate. It just may take a little experimenting to find that right fermentation period perfect for you. Once just right, end the fermentation all the same by removing the fermenting weight and storing in the refrigerator, where the pickles will last for many months. Here's some additional notes regarding temperature. For active fermentation at moderate speed, I recommend fermenting between 72 and 78 degrees. Below 70 could hinder an active fermentation because the temps in the 60s may slow down the good bacteria too much, potentially resulting in a spoiled cucumber instead of a fermented one. Even colder temperatures, below 55 degrees, are not hospitable to active fermentation. Instead, temps that cool are used for long-term storage only, like a refrigerator or a root cellar. So just in case you had the idea, no, you cannot ferment your cucumbers in the refrigerator. Tip number 3, tannins. Tannins are a group of bitter compounds that are found in many plants. Tannins have astringent properties, which means they cause soft tissues to tighten. Their astringent or tightening properties are why they can help firm up a fermenting pickle. Some safe sources of plant tannins that can be used in fermentation are bay leaves, grape leaves, oak leaves, sour cherry leaves, and black tea leaves. My fermented pickle video recipe adds bay leaves for the tannin astringent effect, but you can certainly add more. Over the years, I've increased the bay leaf amount. Since tannins do not harm the fermentation process, it's okay to add as many leaves as you wish. If you have oak, sour cherry, or grape leaves available to you, add 2 to 3 leaves to the pickle recipe by rolling or folding them up into the fermenting vessel along with the cucumbers. You can stuff them at the bottom of the jar and load the cucumbers on top, or stuff them in between the cucumbers. Try starting with these 2 to 3 leaves and just see how that fares for your pickles. You can always increase from there with some experimenting to find your just right amount. Adding a black tea bag to the fermenting vessel along with the cucumbers is also an option. This is my least favorite option because I'm caffeine sensitive, but even if a decaf version were used, I have found that the tea changes the flavor of the pickles into something I personally don't like. But again, feel free to experiment for yourself. We're all different. And FYI, black tea has the most tannin content, green tea has the second highest, and white tea has the least. So if you do want to use the tea option for your tannins, use black tea. Here's an added note about using pickle crisp. Pickle crisp is calcium chloride, and in U.S. store-bought shelf vinegar pickles, you'll find this ingredient in all the pickles used to help keep them firm. It's also used in homemade vinegar pickles for the same purpose. Since vinegar pickling and fermenting are not the same process, I have found the calcium chloride to not be noticeable in flavor with vinegar pickles, but develops a stronger, not so great taste with fermented pickles. When I fermented with the pickle crisp as an experiment, I spit out the finished fermented pickles when I taste tested it because it just tasted so awful as a result of the calcium chloride flavor change. So for me, I don't use that option. Instead, I use a combination of tips 1 through 3 that I've just shared with you. But as for you, feel free to experiment with pickle crisp if you want to see for yourself. It will not hinder the fermentation process, just the flavor. If you're new to fermenting and you don't know if your batch of fermented pickles are safe to eat, you just don't have that confidence yet, I have the video for you. It's my 4-point fermentation checklist where I walk you through all the safety checkpoints to know for sure if your fermented food is safe to eat or not. The video link is provided in the description. To watch my original How to Make Fermented Pickles video, you'll find the link in the description as well. And if you're interested in exploring all of my beginner-friendly fermentation recipes, such as sauerkraut, fermented kale and Swiss chard, carrots, onions, and so much more, click right here. To browse my favorite fermenting gear and printable recipes, visit my website, cleanfoodliving.net. Happy pickle fermenting, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.